In September 2023, both the City Communications Office and City Administrator Milton Dohoney excitedly announced that an entity called Sports Illustrated Resorts had expressed interest in buying a property previously designated and assessed for the development of affordable housing. This city-owned parcel is located on South Ashley, between William and Liberty, behind the Art Center and just west of Main Street. This property, sometimes called the Kline Lot, has been the subject of recent council discussion. In April 2019, a previous council unanimously approved a policy that this city-owned property would be assessed as a potential development site for affordable housing. A 2020 assessment of financial feasibility categorized this property as high priority. The Kline's lot had no negative site issues and was both eligible and competitive in terms of qualifying for federal funds for affordable housing. In November 2019, City Council approved a plan for public engagement around use of this property. In 2021, a previous council received a report on community engagement around potential use and development of this property. The report concluded significant community support for affordable housing and other public benefits on site. Community support for market-rate residential ranked last. In April 2023, City Administrator Dohoney presented his proposal for a city budget. He emphasized the need for revenue and had ideas for both City Hall and the property of the Kline's lot.
I would like to pursue the building of a market rate development on the promenade that you're looking at. A market rate development would generate revenue back to the city. I also want to pursue taking what we call the Kline Lot, which was assessed at $19 million some years ago, and I would like to see us pursue putting a market rate development on it, because then you could capture the revenue that spins off from the development and use it for deferred maintenance, for staff support, for service delivery that the public is demanding that we give them that we struggle to do.
On May 9th, members of the Council Administration Committee, including Mayor Taylor and Council members Briggs, Iyer, Radina, and Watson, discussed the first of these two ideas. Mr. Dohoney explained his plan for the development of high-end housing at City Hall.
It's high-end market rate, high-level finishes. You want to charge as much as possible. You want this thing to generate as much cash as possible. And you only asked me about this lot, so it's the only one I'm talking about. Assuming that we get past the budget on Monday and council doesn't say don't do it, starting May 16, I'm off.
Councilmember Briggs inquired about any further public process that might be required to move forward.
Because I wasn't sure if you were looking for a resolution from council to kind of get started, or if I noticed there wasn't, anything in the budget. At least I don't think there's anything in the budget around sort of funding for that structural analysis.
Resolution of support is helpful. It's not mandatory, but if you approve of looking into it and you want to be on the record saying that, that's fantastic.
Between May and September of 2023, no one chose to go on the record in support of the idea. Plans for City Hall or the Kline Lot were not put on a City Council agenda for public discussion in an open meeting. On September 28th, MLive reported on a Sports Illustrated Resort proposal to build a hotel, conference center, and timeshare condos. Speaking to MLive, Councilmember Briggs admitted that City Council had been considering the proposal in private. An article from October 3rd explains what is likely to happen in Ann Arbor if the city sells the Kline Lot for a Sports Illustrated Resort, a sports-themed hotel and conference center, a large indoor space to simulate outdoor tailgating, and vacation club timeshare condos. Promoters have announced plans for a network of Sports Illustrated resorts in multiple locations, but currently there is only one, a resort in the Dominican Republic that was purchased and rebranded. It has been open for less than 1 year. At their meeting on October 16, 2023, City Council considered a resolution asking the city administrator to provide a written recommendation for best use of the Kline Lot and process for moving forward with its sale. The resolution was sponsored by Council members Briggs, Iyer, and Radina, all of whom are members of the Council Administration Committee. All three are up for re-election next year. Council spent 20 minutes discussing what process might be appropriate to change the current policy for on-site affordable housing, and how best to pursue the sale of the property for a sports resort instead.
It's not a rejection of the concept that was brought forward of a hotel and conference center space. Rather, it is a recognition that we have a responsibility as council to establish policy. If council doesn't support this resolution, we will continue to work to negotiate a deal with this developer, but it's difficult to imagine that we would get the best deal because we have not established a vision or goal other than generating revenue. We haven't established why we should turn away from our previous plan to build mixed-income housing on this site.
The fact that the city has received an unsolicited proposal for this property certainly indicates that there's great interest in it. And I believe it should trigger an action by council to employ open and competitive bidding in order to obtain the highest and best use at the best price.
For my part, I'm extremely comfortable with staff's discussion with SI to explore whether SI is able to put together a proposal. Anyone with an alternative proposal may engage on exactly the same basis as SI is presently engaging now. In part, I believe because the resolution would disrupt current conversations and because I look forward to seeing if they can indeed come to fruition, to put forward a proposal that would be suitable for complete discussion, I will tonight be voting no.
A majority of council supported Mayor Taylor's opinion that no further public process was required.
I want to reiterate Mayor Taylor's point that another developer, any other developer could come to the city with a proposal, with an idea, with a notion of what that site could look like.
I'm voting no because I want to reserve judgment about the possible development of a sports-themed conference center on the Kline Lot until I've seen the terms of that development proposal. I am excited enough about this proposal that I'd like us to move forward. I'd like us not to stop.
Even though I am myself not a connoisseur of local sports, I fully appreciate the full market value that it brings to our city. And I love the discussion as to whether we're a city of nerds or we're a city of jocks.
I will be voting no tonight on implementing this process.
A majority of council rejected the resolution requesting public process for disposition of the city-owned property called the Kline Lot. Like and subscribe if you would like to see more content like this.